So, the NBA season's upon us. Season starts Tuesday night. And to me, there are only 6 teams that have any chance of winning an NBA championship. And now I'm going to explain them in this video, going backwards 6-1, and kind of what will ultimately be each of the 6 teams' downfall for not winning the NBA championship. So, let's start with the Lakers. I didn't really want them on this list, I'm not going to lie. I don't actually really think they have a chance, but when you have LeBron James and Anthony Davis, you just can't count out a team. It's just an absolute fact. They did a good job keeping Austin Reeves on a team-friendly deal and getting Gabe Vincent from the Heat, who I think is so good, so underrated, and could potentially be that point guard, 6th man type role. So a couple things. D'Angelo Russell, he is a massive X factor. Will he be good again, or will he suck and then be filmed taking jump shots after consecutive losses? That I don't know. But what I ultimately truly think will be the Lakers' downfall will be Anthony Davis inevitably getting an injury that I've never heard of before, and then being out like 6 to 8 weeks. So the Lakers are a massive long shot to win it, but never say never. And so next at 5, right, is the Golden State Warriors, who are sort of in the same camp as the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't expect them to win, but they have Steph Curry, who, I was a big Steph hater for a long time, but he most certainly has a top 10 all-time argument right now, and 100% is the greatest shooter ever. Plus, they have Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins is lockdown defense, and the Warriors no longer have somebody that Draymond Green will assault. So, it remains to be seen, but what I truly do think will be the downfall of the Warriors will be Chris Paul, who is old and cursed. Like, I already see it. It'll be like Game 6 of the conference semis, and Chris Paul will sustain a hamstring injury and be unable to play in like a must-win Game 6. So, the Warriors are a long shot, but as a Celtic fan, what I learned 2 years ago is you just can't count them out, especially when they all play their role so well. So then at 4, it's the Phoenix Suns, who now have such an incredible big 3 with KD, Book, and now Bradley Beal, kind of playing that like point forward, point guard role. Like, he's not a true point guard, but he definitely can handle the ball, so I think that'll work out well. But the problem is, they don't play defense, and the remaining group of their roster is that of like a junior college. They have absolutely no depth. And so I think that will ultimately be their downfall, why they will not win an NBA championship, because you need 6 or 7 players that are, legitimate hoopers. And then, if the Suns are anything less than like a 3 seed, I fully expect Kevin Durant to do what Kevin Durant does and request a trade to like the number 1 seed in either the East or the West Conference. So we'll see. So then we get to 3, and it is that of the Milwaukee Bucks, who made the biggest splash of the offseason by acquiring Damian Lillard from the Portland Trailblazers. This was an absolute shocker, because everybody thought that Dame was going to Miami. But nevertheless, they didn't. It didn't happen. And now the Bucks have easily the best duo in the NBA, on top of Giannis, who to me is by far the best player in the NBA. I mean, he's an all-defensive player, and he puts up the numbers of like a Milwaukee Bucks Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, people have gotten very used to his greatness, but he is absolutely insane and pretty much unguardable, unless he's shooting threes, of course. But I think at the end of the day, the problems will be health and defense, because Dame can't play D at all. Like, guards will get by him for 26 points a game. And then you have Chris Middleton in his knee that seems to get tweaked every single year. Plus, the fact is, they just don't have that defensive presence anymore because they traded Drew Holiday to Portland, and they lost Grayson Allen, who I know everybody hates, but he is very, chippy, and I think somebody that, like, you don't mind having on your team. You just hate him on the other 29 teams. I think it's literally, like, that simple. So, if the Milwaukee Bucks have health problems and defense problems, they'll, get bounced in the second round, and we'll get another Giannis speech of how there's no such thing as failure. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for the Nike commercial.
So number 2 is the Denver Nuggets, the defending champs. And honestly, I don't think people are talking about the Nuggets enough. I really don't. Like, I saw a poll, I want to say it was on ESPN, saying who's the best duo in the NBA. And guess who is not on that poll? Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray, which is absolutely nuts and stupid. Because Nikola Jokic has his own argument for being the best player in the NBA. I personally think it's Giannis, but I've also never seen a big man pass like the way Jokic passes, and his shots are like unblockable. Plus the fact he's a very humble guy. I'm a big fan of him. He earned it last year. And then Jamal Murray to me is like the perfect second option. There might be people on other teams that are more talented as the second guy on the team, if you get what I mean. But nobody knows how to be a second option right now better than Jamal Murray. He shoots when he has to, he makes the plays, and that pick and roll is absolutely unstoppable. Stockton and Malone-like. And so what will ultimately be the downfall of the Nuggets is 2 things. Health of Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr., and the fact it is just so hard to repeat as NBA champions. I guess that is unless you join a 73-win team after blowing a 3-1 lead to them, but I digress. So the number 1 team in the NBA entering the season is the Boston Celtics, who are 100% the team to beat. Jason Tatum is a top 5 player, and while everybody wants to make fun of Jaylen Brown's left hand, the bottom line is he's an incredible player, and he made second team All-NBA, so while we can all laugh that he dribbled the ball off his foot like 100 times against the Heat, let's not forget that the dude is a straight baller. Plus, what I really liked about the Celtics this offseason is they got rid of their baggage, and that is Marcus Smart and Grant Williams, 2 insanely overrated and kind of annoying players that talk way too much for people that are, okay at best. And then they added Drew Holiday, who's literally just a better version of Marcus Smart with a way less ego. And they got Kristaps Porzingis, which I think is going to be an absolute X factor, because when he's healthy, that dude is an all-star, like a 25 and 10 rebounds type of player. Derek White's defense is going to be great, and to me is not a discussion that the Celtics easily have the best 6 players in the league. And so what will be the Celtics' downfall will be Kristaps' health, which everybody is aware of, so it's not really saying much. It'll be, will Jason Tatum text Kobe Bryant's deactivated number before another big game? And the Celtics' biggest enemy, which is themselves. Because nobody gets in the way of the Celtics quite like the Celtics. So if they don't win an NBA championship this year, it'll be entirely on them.